Hello and welcome to iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. This is Uncut Wildstar. It's just you, me, some gameplay, and I guess my character is joining us too because he's here and he's trying to wave. There he goes. And he's going to help us with the house. Well, I mean, I'm going to help you with your house by building my house and drop in some serious knowledge while I build it. And as you can see, it's been built up a little bit in the last week. We got the jumbo wings going on for a couple thousand renown they cost. Yes, the standard wings are 1 gold, but the jumbo ones were a couple, I think they were 7,500 renown, which is not that much. You know, do a couple adventures or whatever, then you get your jumbo wings. They look great. Look at this thing. Like, it's kind of goofy in Wildstar fashion, but it looks cool. It looks very cool. So, look at the end. Look at the stairs. Remember, I was really proud of them the last time when they were all tiny. I'm even more proud of them now that they're big, and because size matters, I guess. And look at this. It's shaping up, right? You remember I said. Well, maybe you don't remember. Maybe this is your first time watching. Well, at some point I said I was thinking about making some sort of a compound, right? Like a space compound kind of thing, right? And this is the start of it, right? I feel like it's going to be multi-layered and it's going to stretch across the whole housing plot. It's just going to be rooms and just buildings, and each one is going to be themed a certain way. For some reason, I'm really big on elevating stuff above the ground. I feel like it's a cool look. It's like the Jetsons, you know? You remember the Jetsons, right? It was that show based on the future where everyone lived atop these spires that were balanced on like really thin sticks. It was basically like if everyone on Earth lived on separate versions of Korin's Tower from Dragon Ball Z. You remember Dragon Ball Z, right? That show with Goku and the Saiyans. It was an anime, kind of like Rurouni Kenshin. You remember Rurouni? Sorry, that was a bad riff, and I shouldn't have kept going with that. It was bad. But speaking of bad, the ground is not working. It's because I feel like I'm leaning towards a space theme, right? Because we're building a compound. Wildstar is a sci-fi MMO, and we can go to space. We're not in space. We're on. I don't know if the housing plots are actually in space, or if they're just floating really high. I want to say it's not in space yet. I think they're just floating really high. But either way, let's use some imagination here. Let's do some remodeling. I know I want to change the ground to the far side option, right? And already, like, it's a huge difference. Like, it's a dramatic shift in the way everything feels when you change anything about it. You know, it's the same, you know, you change your canvas, you change the color of the paint on your walls. It's dramatically changing how things feel. I mean, it's a totally different animal now. I mean, this stuff feels out of place over here. Like, it's like you got dirt and then you got this gray shit, which is moon dirt. And it looks a little funky, but you know, we're gonna keep it because I'm gonna show you what the end game is for this house, right? The sky option, 3,500 renown, outer spit. Look at it. Look at that. I'm just gonna pan it. Look at this. This is crazy. I'm saving my renown for this. Oh my god. This is beautiful. It's enough to make you cry. And just look how dramatically this changes the way the housing plot looks. It's incredible. But that's just a dream for now. For now, we have this crappy looking sky and this crappy looking dirt, and that's, you know, that's the cool thing about Wildstar. Even with the casual stuff, you have stuff to work for, right? You gotta save up that renown. But for now, we're just gonna finish this wall, kind of like the wall in Attack on Titan. You remember Attack on Titan, that bad show about giant white people eating other people. It's really weird. It's like a metaphor for America. I don't know. But and anyway, we're gonna toggle the advanced control. I'm gonna show you something cool you can do with the housing. I bet you're wondering, how did I get all of these the exact same size? Well, it's a little magic trick called copy transform. Check off all these options, click on a new thing, paste transform, boom. I just made that wall the same size. I just made this wall the same size as that wall, and it's super duper simple. Like, oh my god, it saves so much time. And now well, that's not what we want to do. This is what we want to do. Now I can copy this and paste that, and you got yourself another wall. And already we're just building up the new, the next side to the building. And like, because I feel if they didn't have this feature, and this is not a new feature for the housing stuff, if this wasn't there, housing would be so much more difficult, because stuff would just get sloppy. It'd just be so difficult to get, you know, two of the same thing the same size. Walls would be a nightmare to make if this feature wasn't there, to a certain extent. And we're using the chewer wall because I want it to look kind of rough, kind of, you know, we just built this in 10 minutes kind of thing. You know, I don't know why they don't. I don't think they have a wooden, a metallic bar. So we're gonna have to do something interesting with that. I'm trying to do like a cafeteria thing going on or something. I don't really know what I'm doing, which is very common for me. But yeah, you know, and which is it's interesting because in like creative stuff, right? If you're making a painting or you're doing an ad for Kentucky Fried Chicken, because that's the metaphor we used, or the analogy we used last time. If you're trying to do something for Kentucky Fried Chicken, trying to make an ad campaign for them, like you plan it out, right? You figure out exactly what you want to do, how you want to do it, and then you execute, right? You come up with the plan and then you execute. But this is a little bit different, right? The housing, it can be a little bit different. Before I continue with that, I'm going to show you another feature. You can link decor items together so that you can move them all at the same time. So what you do is you click on it, click the right click to link decor, but oh shit! You click on it, you click the right click to link decor button, right click the next decor, and then it's linked. And any change you make to the new object will be made to the other linked objects, and I will show you that as soon as I'm finished linking it. So like if you want to move it up, everything goes up. You want to move it down, everything goes down. You want to make it bigger, everything gets bigger. I'm not going to, because I feel like I'm going to mess it up if I do that. I'm not going to worry too much about the symmetry right now. But right, so you're making an ad for KFC. You want to know what you're doing. You want to have a plan in mind. But with the housing, that's also true. You kind of do want to have a plan in mind. But the cool thing is you don't have to, right? You can let it grow and evolve and become this sort of organic thing, which is, you can actually do that with creativity as well, with ad campaigns and paintings or whatever. You can let it be spontaneous. You don't have to have a plan for everything.